my son Yoel usually goes to school with his older sisters. His older sisters take him to school on the way to their school, but my daughters stopped. They stopped school. They went on Passover vacation on Thursday, and Yoel he keeps on going until Tuesday. So now I have a bit of an issue how to get him to school. Okay, so I thought maybe he could go with another family, but it turns out that this other family, it seems like they've gone on vacation. So I've been taking him on the bus. which is a huge schlep, but this morning, so I went to take him. I was at the bus stop at 7:15 in the morning, and we ended up, and I thought we were going to have to wait 2, maybe 4, maybe 5 minutes for the bus, but we ended up waiting a half an hour. The bus did not come until 7:45. And so as you can imagine, I left like a household. I left my baby at home, and I had left like a household of kids, and also like everything with Pesach and all the cleaning, everything I have to do today, and an additional half an hour. It was just driving me crazy. I was waiting, and in addition to this schlep of taking Yoel, it was like this huge, just like waiting. Where's the bus? Where's the bus? And I was getting so irritated. And I kept saying to Yoel, like, where's the bus? Where's the bus? And he was like, whatever. But while I was waiting, I remembered a story that I read maybe 15 years ago that really made a big impression on me. I read in a book by Miriam Adahan, Dr. Miriam Adahan. It was a book, and the introduction, I think, was a book. It's All a Gift. I think that's what it's called. So in the introduction, then she talks about an elderly man who's going up to a bus stop. And as he's walking towards the bus, as he's walking towards the bus stop, at that moment, then the bus stop is driving away, and it's another half an hour until the next bus is going to come. And so Miriam Adahan then she says, and I saw him, and he just just sat down as though nothing had happened, and just sat there reading his Tehillim, and just looked like perfectly, calm and content. Because what was he going to do? There's nothing he could do, and why? So he just whatever. He was just happy. And she said for this person, she said, looking at him, I knew this person. He understood this is something that I cannot change, and he understood this must be from God, and I'm going to accept this as a gift. Anyway, I don't have any choice, right? He doesn't have any choice in the matter. So he's and she said, for a person like this. It's like he is living already in the Messianic era. It's as though the Beit HaMikdash, it's as though the Holy Temple is standing now and Mashiach has come. He's living in this Messianic era where everything is fine, because really in his mind, it's really fine. If this is the way it is and I can't change it, it must be fine. It must be from God, right? So I got Yoel to school, and on the way back, I decided to take a taxi. So I had taken my 3-year-old Sophia with me, so on the way back, we were taking a taxi, and at one point when we approached Agrippa Street, then I saw this beautiful patch of flowers. It was so gorgeous. It was amazing. It was so colorful. The municipality planted this beautiful, colorful, vibrant patch of flowers at the bottom of Agrippa Street. And I said, Sophia, look at all the flowers. And Sophia looks, and she says, where? And I said, look. And I realized that she couldn't see a thing, because I was looking from above. I'm taller than her. I could look and see down, and I could see that, and I could see the flowers. But she's just a little girl. She's just looking up. All that she can see is nothing. She just sees the sky. She doesn't see anything, right? And at that moment, I got it. I was like, wow, this is like God and me. It's like God, lahavdil, whatever. But I'm saying, God is up above, and he sees everything. He sees what's really happening. He sees the patches of flowers and why things have to happen and the big picture, right? And Sophia's just looking up, it's like me, doesn't see anything, sees just purposelessness and why is this happening, and so I thought that was interesting. And it reminded me of a story. I heard a story last week. It was a story from Rabbi Fishel Schechter. By the way, maybe I've mentioned Rabbi Fishel Schechter before in these pep talks, I'm not sure, but I am addicted to his classes. He gives a ton of chizuk, especially for times of nisayon, when you're dealing with challenges in life. And I think probably all of us are at all times basically dealing with challenges, either small or large in life. That's what life is about. coping with challenges. So so it talks about that, and like he's really really funny also. And I listened to him on the Chazak hotline. If you go to option 5, then option 2, like whatever, option 5, then do option 2. And I am, out of 78 classes, I am 56 classes in. He is so funny and so mechazek, gives so much chazek. So I highly recommend it. So he did so in one of the classes I was listening to. Then he told this story. It's a story about somebody named Ruvain with a friend named Shimon. So Ruvain and Shimon are accountants. Ruvain is working at an accounting firm, and so his friend Shimon's begging him, like, can you talk with the boss? Can you get me a job? Please help me get a job. So after a while, like Ruvain's like, okay. So Ruvain speaks to the boss and ends up sort of sneaking, getting Shimon a job. But what happens is, then Shimon gets a buddy with the boss. And he ends up doing really, really well in his job and getting a lot of attention. And before long, Shimon is Ruvain's supervisor. Oy. So, and of course, like Ruvain, not of course, but in this case, Shimon has totally forgotten about the favor that Ruvain had done initially for him. Totally forgot that the whole reason why he was at this accounting firm was thanks to his friend, his old friend Ruvain, who is now totally, blown off and forgotten about. So, and Shimon's just burning up. He's so angry, right? So Ruvain goes to his rabbi. He's like, it's so unfair. I helped him get the job, and now he's making 1,000 shekels more a month than I am. It's just not fair. So the rabbi like smiles and calmly like nods his head and says, don't worry about it. He's getting the money that he's supposed to get, and you're going to get the money that you're supposed to get, and just don't worry about it. Everything's from above. Don't worry about it. So it was very hard for Ruvain, but he worked on himself. He tried to just really not feel bitter, and not to feel angry, and trying to have faith and bitachon that really Hashem knows what Hashem's doing. So years later, it's about 15 years later, then Shimon had a daughter who was of marriageable age, and he was looking for a husband for his daughter. It turned out that Ruvain had also a son of marriageable age, and so the son was like he was like an excellent student in his yeshiva, and a very desirable catch. And so as it is in certain circles, so Shimon went to Ruvain and proposed a shidduch, and proposed a match between his daughter and Ruvain's son, right? So he says, and then they end up working out a deal. He offers him a dira, an apartment, and support for several years. And so in the end, so Ruvain accepts the shidduch, and then he realizes, wow. He did like the computation. He's an accountant. He did like the computation. He realized that the amount of money that he had lost by Shimon getting promoted instead of him, that all of that almost exactly to the shekel, almost exactly, he made that back through the marriage between his son and Shimon's daughter, right? So in the end, it took 15 years. It took 15 years for him to realize, to understand, well, where is God in the situation? Where is the goodness? And it just seems so bad. But I think that, again, it's like the story with going with the taxi. God's seeing from above. God can see all the details. God can see what's going on. So I want to bless all of us, happy cleaning and happy, it's almost Passover. And I want to bless everyone, with an amazing Chag Pesach, and that everything should go well. And I want to bless all of us, in dealing with, the minor frustrations or major frustrations and nisyonot and challenges that we face in life. They should always be able to remember that. Then just maybe, you're looking out the car window and you don't see anything. But if you're looking from above, you see this beauty. You see the beauty. You see the beautiful patch of flowers. You can see the beauty of Hashem's ultimate plan. I'm going to bless all of you Jewish moms with an amazing week and a Chag Sameach.